Hello, everybody. Today is a very sad day in a certain way. But before that, I wanted to thank you. To thank God, of course, the Almighty God, and thank everybody who's following Global Village TV from all around the world. We've gotten a lot of reactions and echoes about how people are appreciating what we've been doing with Global Village TV. And we're very appreciative of those positive reactions. We're glad to see that we're being followed all over the world, and that is thanks to you. So we say thank you 1,000 times. Today is a sad day because, as you know, Senegal has lost the World Cup. We've been eliminated. We've been kicked out of the competition, and in a very premature way. When everybody was hoping that we will go as far as the semi-finals. Here we are, stopped right there, and it's a shame. So it's a big disappointment for the Senegalese people and for many Africans as well as other people who've been supporting Senegal in the competition. You know, when Senegal plays, you see a lot of skills, you see a lot of talents, you see a lot of show. And that's what is attractive about Senegal. And that's why you see non-Senegalese supporting Senegal as well. You remember what happened in the African Cup of Nations, which took place in Morocco. Even the Moroccans used to support Senegal. It's only when we had to compete that things started changing. And we've all seen the outcome, which is kind of sad as well. So it is a sad day because we lost the competition. But what we should take into account is that things don't happen at random. Things don't happen in a vacuum. Yes, everybody deserves to win the cup. Everybody, all the teams who have been present in this competition, each and every one of them deserves to win the cup. So if Senegal loses the cup, well, we can say that that's the will of God. And if we believe in God, we are bound to accept God's decision. But we need to take a look. We need to make an introspection. We need to dig deep into us as Senegalese people and see what has been wrong. When you make a little analysis of the situation, you can see many flaws, many shortcomings, many things that happened in a way that wasn't desirable, and that's at all levels in the games themselves, in the staff that surround the players, in the head coach, in the organization that is around the team, the Senegalese team, even at the level of the state. So at every level, you will see problems that may underpin this very negative result that we had in this World Cup competition. If we go up at the level of the state, the Minister of Sports was this, what's the word again, was sacked right before the competition, which is a very wrong move coming from the President of the Republic of Senegal. And all that because of political considerations, political calculations. When a country is getting ready for such a major competition, why would you sack a minister right before the competition? That doesn't happen like that. If you go to war, you will keep your generals. You won't sack them right before the war. That means if you enter the war, you will be eliminated. And that's exactly what happened to Senegal. The president sacked the minister right before the competition and all that because of political calculations, political manipulations, all that. I don't want to get into the details, but he should have waited till the end of the competition to do whatever he had to do. And that's been a very wrong move. So that's at the level of the state. At the level of the institution that's around the Senegalese national team, we've seen a lot of mishaps, a lot of really missteps, things, problems that we used to have in the far past that have re-emerged in this situation when the players are not getting their dues in terms of financial, you know, things that they should have gotten before going to the competition. All those prizes they should have received because they qualified to the World Cup. They didn't get it. They didn't get it at the right time anyway. So if they don't get that, how would they get what they should get while they are playing the World Cup? That's another question. As a player, if I know that I'm not being paid, regardless of my efforts, I will start thinking, well, do they deserve this? Should I really give everything that I have, even though this is about fighting for your country? But it is something that's going to make you think twice. And that was a wrong thing to do. I thought these practices were over in Senegal, but here they're re-emerging again. Now, if we come to the level of the management of the team, we've been very disappointed with the staff that is around the head coach in terms of their input, in terms of their impact, their influence in the way that our games are being managed. We haven't really seen their impact. It seemed like everything was left in the hands of the head coach, who disappointingly had made so many wrong moves. I mean, things that we would never have thought that Pop Chow would do in terms of replacing the players, in terms of, putting aside those who were tired, those who were sick, or those who were old. We even feel like this coach has a certain complex toward the major players. I mean, I'm talking about Sadio Mane, Kalidou Koulibaly, Idrissa Gana Gueye. I mean, they've done their part. They've really taken Senegal to the highest level. We've all seen how good they are. But at a certain point, when when the strength is dwindling, well, you should start thinking of, hey, why don't I bring this replacement? Why don't I manage him? Why don't I spare him somehow? But if you put them all in front, while you know very well that they diminished physically and technically, well, that's a wrong move coming from a head coach. And here we are with this very sad result, which has surprised all of the players also. We've come from the state to the structure, the federation that's around the Senegalese national team. We've talked about the head coach and the staff, the technical staff around him, and now we get into the players themselves. I mean, a certain style of management gets into the mental, into the psyche of the players. When your head coach makes certain moves, it makes you doubt because you're wondering, this is the person who's supposed to guide me. If he walks this way, how can I follow him? You see all the confusion that the coach's decisions have brought into the mind of the players. Uh, that can explain why we had such a bad result at the World Cup. You know, Now, if we circumvent all of this and we get to the social sphere, in a country, when the hearts are not together, when people or some people don't mean well, when people try to connive, to subvert things, to bring changes, to do unlawful things, or to even betray, when the hearts are so dark, when the brains, the minds are so twisted, it is hard for any nation that has that to attain or to reach a certain level of success. In Senegal, we need our hearts to be together. We need to have a better mentality. We need to stick together. We need to lift together. We need to put down together, like they say, Harambe. We need that in Senegal. We need Harambe in Senegal. Harambe is the term that was used in East Africa by those who used to work in the railroads, who used to set down the rails for the wagons to circulate. So they used to work together, and they say Harambe, they live together. Harambe, they put together. So it is that Harambe, that unity that we need in West Africa, particularly in Senegal. When treason has become the rule of law, when you can say one thing and do the exact opposite and still defend it shamelessly, when people change the rules of the game, when they don't respect their word, that means they don't respect their dignity. When you have a country that's like that, it's hard to reach a certain level of success. As Senegalese people, we need to put in front our values, those that we've inherited from our forebears, from Sheikh Ahmed Bamba, from El Hajj Malik Sy, from Lajor, the national hero, from Mamadou Dramé, from Maba Jahuba, from all the great people, not only religious, but in many spheres that have been known for their values. We Senegalese people have to remember those values and try to act them in each and every gesture, each and every decision, each and every intent. We have to think about that. We have to take that into account and be one country, work together if we want to succeed. As long as we don't do that, we will keep having these negative results. So that's the message I'm sending to you through Global Village TV. I remind you, Global Village TV has also a fashion side. That's Global Village Fashion, where you get things that I'm wearing. You see in every video that I make, I wear a Global Village attire. Uh, our style is very eclectic. It's African but eclectic, which means that we take things from different African countries, from different African cultures, from different African fashions, to put them all in one and make these very nice shirts and other things that you can all get through Global Village TV. So soon you'll get the numbers, you'll know where to call, who to call, and how to order for you to get these nice clothes. So that's the message I wanted to send to you. And we hope to see you very soon for another exchange. Thanks again. Thanks for following Global Village TV.